Good day everyone, this is the last part of the rationalization of Group 4 covering numbers 43 to 50. Now let's begin starting with number 43. So here is the situation. A student volunteers to answer a difficult question during class. The teacher praises him in front of everyone and gives him a participation point. Since then, the student becomes more active in recitations, which learning principle is illustrated. So here is the choices. A. Punishment. B. Positive reinforcement. C. Extension. And D. Discrimination. And the correct answer is letter B. Positive reinforcement. So why letter B? Positive reinforcement means a person repeats a behavior because they receive a reward after doing it. In this situation, the student volunteered to answer and the teacher gave praise and participation point. Because of the reward, the student become more active in class. Kaya tumataas ang behavior dahil may good consequences na nangyari. Another example of this is if a student answers correctly and the teacher says, "Good job," the student will want to answer again. Why not the others? Why not A, C, and D? Punishment is giving something unpleasant to stop a behavior, while extinction happens when a behavior stops because there is no more reward. Dito, sa situation natin, tumaas ang behavior. So, hindi siya applicable. So, letter D. Why not letter D? Discrimination. This is about knowing the difference between stimuli. Hindi ito ang focus ng story. Next, number 44. A student stops shouting answers in class after the teacher consistently ignores him instead of scolding. Which learning principle is best shown? Here is the choices. Letter A, negative reinforcement. B, punishment. C, extinction. D, stimulus generalization. So the answer here is letter C, extinction. So why letter C? Extinction happens when a behavior slowly disappears because it no longer gets attention or reward. In this situation, the student used to shout to get the teacher's attention. But when the teachers ignore the shouting every time, the students slowly stop. So why not A and why not B or D? So letter A, negative reinforcement. This removes something unpleasant to increase behavior, not to decrease it. So why not letter B, punishment? The teacher did not punish the student. She ignored him. And why not letter D, generalization? Generalization is when a behavior spreads to similar situation, which is not happening in this situation. Number 45. After several failed attempts, a child learns to tie shoelaces faster when the teacher rewards him with extra playtime each time he succeeds. What learning theory is applied? Letter A, operant conditioning. B, classical conditioning. C, cognitive theory. D, field theory. And the answer is letter A, operant conditioning. So why not letter B, letter C, and letter D? So classical conditioning, it is about pairing two things together, like a bell and food. It doesn't apply here in this situation. And why not letter C and letter D? These do not focus on reward-based learning, so it also does not apply in this situation. So why letter A, operant conditioning, is correct? So what is operant conditioning? Operant conditioning is learning through rewards or consequences. In this situation, the child learns to tie shoe faster because every time he does it correctly, he receives extra playtime. Number 46. A student who was once afraid of the principal's strict tone becomes nervous whenever any teacher raises their voice. What principle explains this? Letter A, discrimination. B, extinction. C, stimulus generalization. Letter D, reinforcement. So the correct answer is letter C, stimulus generalization. So why not letter A, discrimination? Discrimination is the opposite. It is when a person learns to tell the difference between stimuli. Pero sa situation na ito, hindi niya na-differentiate lahat ng similar voices. At siya ay natakot pa. So, why not letter B, extinction? Extinction is when a response disappears over time. Pero dito, hindi nawawala ang fear. In fact, mas lalo pa siyang na-expand. So, why not reinforcement? Letter D. reinforcement is about reward at walang reward o consequences na nangyari sa situation. Instead, ito ay tungkol sa fear response, not learning through reward. So why not letter C, stimulus generalization? So, stimulus generalization happens when a person reacts the same way to things that are similar to the original situation. Sa case dito, natakot siya sa strict tone ng principal at later, kahit ibang teacher lang na may malakas o similar na boses, natatakot rin siya. Ibig sabihin, lumawak ang fear niya from one specific voice to other voices that sound the same. That's why this is stimulus generalization. Number 47. A student solves complicated math problem by recalling a similar example from a previous lesson and modifying the method to fit the new one. Which juries support this? Letter A. Cumulative learning by Gagne. Letter B. Discovery learning by Brunner. Letter C. Field theory by Lewin. And letter D. Social learning theory by Bandura. So the correct answer is letter A, cumulative learning. So why cumulative learning? Cumulative learning means na you use past lesson para maintindihan ang mas mahirap na topic. Parang sa math, pag ginamit mo yung old formula or kinumbine mo yung old formula plus sa new learned formula mo, makakagawa ka ng new formula na magagamit mo doon sa topic na inaaral mo. So sa situation natin, the student solve a difficult math problem by remembering a similar example from before. Parang ganun nga sa sinabi ko. So, ibig sabihin nito, pinagsama-sama niya ang previous knowledge para ma-solve ang bagong problem. So, why not letter B, letter C, and letter D? So, letter B, discovery learning. This is learning by exploring or finding answers on your own. Pero dito, the student use previous example, not by discovery. So, why not letter C, field theory? This talks about environment and personal forces, not step-by-step learning. So, why not letter D, social learning theory? Because this is learning by copying others. Wala namang ginaya doon sa situation natin. So, this is not applicable. So, number 48, while conducting an experiment, a group of students suddenly discovers that plants without sunlight grow weeds. They weren't told this but figure it out through observation. Which learning theory applies? Letter A, perception learning by Oswald. Letter B, discovery learning by Brunner. Letter C, social learning theory by Bandura. And letter D, classical conditioning by Ivan Pavlov. So the correct answer is letter B, discovery learning. So why not letter A, letter C, and letter D? Letter A. Why not letter A? Perception learning. Teacher gives the information. So dito sa situation natin, hindi naman yung teacher ang nagbigay ng information, kundi na-discover mismo ng mga student. So why not naman letter C, social learning? So just like in number 47, wala namang kinakopy or kinakopy na model or person o ginagayahan na tao. So why not letter D, classical conditioning? So classical conditioning is about stimuli or pairing of stimuli like belt and food. So hindi siya pasok sa situation. So why letter B, discovery learning? So what is discovery learning first? Discovery learning happens when a student finds answer through observation or experience. Hindi agad sinasabi ng teacher or hindi involving teacher. So sa story, the students notice na yung halaman or yung plants without sunlight become weak. So based only on observation of the student, not by the direct instruction by the or from the teacher. So kaya siya tinawag na kaya siya ginawa parang example ng discovery learning. Number 49, a student copies the positive attitude and study habits of her classmates who consistently tops the exam. Which learning concept does this situation illustrate? Letter A, insight learning. Letter B, social learning. Letter C, rote learning. Letter D, cumulative learning. The correct answer is letter B, social learning. So why letter B? Social learning means learning by watching or imitating others. In the situation, the student follow the study habit of the top student. Ibig sabihin, natuto siya by observing and copying the good behavior of the top student. So why not letter A, letter C, and letter D? Letter A, insight learning. It is a aha moment. Biglang realization. Hindi ganon ang nangyari doon sa situation. So, hindi siya applicable. So, why not letter C, rote learning? So, rote learning is memorization only. Hindi siya nag-memorize, kundi ginaya niya yung habits ng top student. So, why not letter D, cumulative learning? Ito ay building on past skills, kagaya ng number 47. Pero dito sa situation natin, hindi naman siya natuto sa pamamagitan ng pag-add ng past na natutunan at ng previous na natutunan. So, hindi siya applicable sa situation. So, last number 50. A student keeps improving his artwork not for grade, but because creating art makes him feel fulfilled and happy. Which type of motivation drives him? Letter A, intrinsic motivation. Letter B, extrinsic motivation. Letter C, negative reinforcement. And letter D, token reinforcement. So the correct answer is letter A, intrinsic motivation. So why A is correct? So what is intrinsic motivation first? So intrinsic motivation means you do something because you enjoy it, hindi dahil sa reward. So sa situation, yung student na improve niya yung kanyang art dahil masaya siya habang ginagawa niya yung artwork na yun. Ibig sabihin, gumagamit siya ng internal joy or kasiyahan na nagpapamotivate sa kanya para ipagpatuloy yung paggawa ng art. So why not letter B, letter C, and letter D? So letter B, extrinsic motivation. So why not extrinsic motivation? Because motivation is from rewards, kagaya ng money and praise. So wala namang nangyaring reward dito. So why not letter C naman, negative reinforcement? So negative reinforcement is removing something unpleasant. So this is situation natin, hindi siya agaano ka-related. So why not naman letter D, token reinforcement? Because token reinforcement use points or token as reward. Wala naman nangyari doon sa story, so hindi din siya applicable. So the correct answer is letter A, intrinsic motivation. So hanggang doon lang po at maraming salamat.